Red, number 33, tried very hard but could not reel in that number 14 of Magilton.
No, he had, Rod said he had everything he had, he'd give it to it, but couldn't quite get it done, so we'll see what happens this morning. Young Ryan Woods was very quick yesterday as well. Perry Becker's out of 4th, and you've got Andrew McLeod out of 5, Ray Jardine out of 6, Steve Banks out of 7, Glenn McDonald out of 8, Graham Crawford, who's relatively new to the HQ as well, and Buckley and Richie's out of 10 and 11, Mick Magilton out of 12, Eric Hill out of 13, Ange Lawton out of 14. Now Ange and the boys have worked on that car since yesterday's race, and they've started. Yes.
Magilton, a good start. Looks like he'll lead into the S's for the first time. Raj is right behind him.
Ryan Woods in 3rd. Perry Becker's into 4th as they come up the hill here. Everyone's away, nice and clean. No incidents there, which is nice to see.
We saw Hill and Healy come together yesterday on the old front straight with that big puddle of water, but that is not there with pretty dry conditions. Very foggy though, so looks like I've got dirty glasses, but it is the fog. So the Glenline TV guys doing a great job of trying to catch the action in the fog. Not quite a pea soup, but it's gradually lifting, and we should have great conditions for the rest of the day as Andrew Magilton continues to lead from Rod Raji's. Ryan Woods is 3rd. Becker's in 4th.
McLeod in 5th there. I can't see who's actually in 6th place at the moment. Becker's, it might be Andrew McLeod actually, and Ray Jardine with Steve Banks in 8th, 9th. So down the back straight there, Andrew Magilton still leading into the left-hander, followed by Rod and Ryan Woods. I'm sure the boys will give it whatever they can to try and get the job done, but it's becoming a little bit of a single lane at the moment, unfortunately, but that's the way it is. So
everyone finished in fine fettle yesterday, Ian?
Yeah, there was just a little incident between Eric Hill and the Healy car. No major damage to either of the boys, to be honest. So yeah, they both drove them off the track, so that was good to see. Yeah,
they're pretty rugged, the old HQ, aren't they?
Yeah, they can take they're real panels. They're made of steel, these HQs. They're not plastic, Japanese type style.
1970s BHP steel too, no doubt.
Yes, yeah. There was no cheap stuff around in them days when they built these cars.
Magilton continues to lead from Raji's. Woods 3rd. Front two have broken away a little bit from the battle for 3rd between Woods and Beckers and the yellow machine number 90.
Yeah, look, Rod Raji seems to be a little bit quicker in a couple of places. He seems to pick Andrew up, but then Andrew's a little bit quicker in others. So Rod's sort of right on his bumper there, sort of going into the S's down the back there at the moment. But in the straight line, he seems to get away. So, yeah.
Very much a controlled class. Everything is controlled about these cars, the engines, the gearboxes, diffs, tyres. So it really comes down to the driver and maybe some slight adjustments in tyre pressure, although I'm guessing they pretty much all run the same pressures.
Yeah, they do, within a couple of pound of each other. The Healy car's quite smoky there at the moment, and we'll see how that pans out. He's still going. Just on that note, on the Healy car and the Buckley car from New South Wales, the boys have come down to HQ extra cars. So thanks, guys, for coming down, supporting our club and class. And a big mention to Neville Rattray, who's talking to him this morning, has made the trip from Tasmania. He's been over here about 6 or 7 weeks. He went to Darwin and raced 2 meetings in Darwin, our nationals, and then one 2 weeks ago for the Darwin race meeting up there, and he's made his way down to Winton for this weekend. Goes home during the week on the boat, and he's racing next weekend in Tasmania. So big effort. Well done, Neville.
The home of HQs. They were born in Tasmania, of course,
yes.
All those years ago, Ian.
They were originally, that's the very first meeting to put HQs together was run over there, and people said it had never worked, and some 30 plus years later they're still going strong. You know, they were a very good class on Thunderdome as well, but you know, that's all gone now. So yeah, so they turned them into circuit cars, and yeah, they look great. But we've still got Andrew Magilton leading Rod Raji's down through the back over there.
Good battle on screen between Ben Ritchie's in the black 53 and the 35 car of Andrew Lawton. There is nothing between them as they head towards the top part of the circuit.
No, Lamb seems to have fixed had a major oil leak out the front of the engine. They discovered the timing cover had a crack through it, so they had to source another one yesterday afternoon and fit that. Seems to have fixed their problem. So
Healy has been served the dreaded meatball flag, the mechanical defect flag, known as the meatball, the orange circle on a black flag, so he will have to come into the pits and attend to that. We're presuming it's an oil leak with smoke coming from the rear of the car, so the number 88 Hill shortly to come into the pits. Ritchie still leads the 35 machine of Lawton with the Tasmanian, Ian mentioned, Rattray in the red machine number 11, trying to get on the tail of this great battle on screen between Ritchie's and Lawson.
yeah, at this stage, Andrew Magilton and Rod Raji's, there's not a lot between them, but they've certainly put a little bit of a gap between third and fourth, fifth. You know, between third, fourth, fifth, there's 4 or 5 car lengths between each of those. The Magilton Raji's car, there's you know a couple of car lengths in places, and then that can jump out a little bit. So that's interesting. But at this stage, Andrew Magilton has certainly got it looking nice. Rob was saying yesterday, Andrew is just so consistent and smooth in his racing. And yeah, in the last sort of 2 years, Andrew has come on leaps and bounds. So he's only a young fella, so with a little young family, so good on him. Rod Raji's been around a long time, won multiple national titles, club championships, multiple of them as well. So it's good to see someone take it up to Rod and not let him have it his own way for good.
Ray Jardine in the number 8 machine on screen now, trying to fend off the attentions of Steve Banks in the 76 HQ. Nothing between those two at the moment. HQ Extra, Ian, for our viewers on Blendline TV. Not sure what that is. What is HQ Extra all about?
They are a group out of Sydney. I don't know a lot about them.
Good. Sorry, Ian, to change of position there. Steve Banks up on the inside of Ray Jardine. So good move there from Banks.
Yeah, as I was saying, the HQ Extra guys, I don't know a lot about them. I know they run a weekly TV show, but I don't know whether it's just a private little business or it's a major family thing. I don't know how they work it, but I'll find out between the last race of the day, and I'll come back to you on that. But yeah, they certainly do a nice job, and they present nice with their cars as well, you know, and it's good to have them running around. I see Ray Jardine's running the HQ Extra on his car this weekend as well, so that's great.
Had a big presence at the recent Bathurst 6-hour production car race. The HQs were on the support program, and a big setup there from the HQ Extra guys. An online show about HQ racing, so certainly very well presented and well organised. And Jardine certainly doing them justice at the moment, up there in 7th place at the moment, although he's just lost that 6th place position to Steve Banks.
Yeah, I just noticed the 35 car of Andrew Lawton's starting to blow a bit of smoke out of the rear of that car going down into the back of the circuit there at the moment. So maybe they haven't quite fixed that oil leak, but we'll see how he goes with it. If it gets a little bit better, yeah.
Graham Crawford in the 68 machine, sponsored by AW Automatics. He's having his hands full trying to fend off Mick Magilton, second of the Magiltons out there in the white machine, number 75 with the blue stripes.
Yeah, Andrew Magilton at this stage is sort of gapped Rod Raji's a little bit. Andrew has the quickest lap with a 1:45.9. 1:45.9. Rod's with a 1:46 dead. But Andrew's sort of put that 10 or 12 car lengths on him now, so I don't know whether Rod's made a bit of a mistake or You know, I think Andrew's a bit younger and fitter than Rod, so that may help him a little bit too.
Sometimes age and treachery can overcome youth and beauty, but not always. Last lap for our race leader, Andrew Magilton, in the number 14 HQ.
Yeah, the top 5 really have stayed where they started from the race. So we've got Magilton, Raji's, Woods, Beckers, McLeod, Steve Banks in 6, Ray Jardine in 7, Glenn McDonald's back in 8th, Crawford in 9th, and Mick Magilton in 10. So that's our top 10 at this stage. I think Mick Magilton's come up a couple of spots, to be honest, from where he started this morning. Yeah.
Lost a couple of car lengths there on screen here with that battle with Crawford, but back again on his tail as they head up towards the top part of the circuit, as Andrew Magilton is heading towards the flag. 3 corners to go for our race leader.
Going down the old back there into the 2 right-handers, and he'll be onto the main straight to comfortably take the checkered flag in this race. There's a good battle over the back going on between Mick Magilton and Steve Banks. So see who wins out. Oh, it's a Crawford car. Sorry to Mick Magilton and Crawford. Yeah. So
Magilton takes the win in the Middies Electrical sponsored HQ number 14. Rod Raji's second again, so 2 seconds for Rod in consecutive races. Ryan Woods third. Perry Becker's just beat home Andrew McLeod in a great battle for 4th. Steve Banks 6th. Ray Jardine 7th. They're still battling towards the back of the pack there with Ling. McDonald was 8th, Graham Crawford 9th, and Mick Magilton rounded out the top 10 in the number 75 HQ.
Yeah, well, that's our top 10. Andrew Magilton had the fastest lap of the race with the 1:49.7, so well done, Andrew. But just once again, like to thank Mount Nurat Freighters, Parkinson Group for all their support to the club and the class, and the round sponsorship is very much appreciated, and we need all these guys on board to help us keep going, and the club and the class.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannon's,
We've also got Shannon's Home and Contents cover,
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
We all agree now is the right time to start making choices to support Aussie businesses, supporting Aussie families and communities. Well, from their humble beginnings in Melbourne nearly 100 years ago, Penrite now sit as a truly respected global lubricants brand across automotive and industry. And the best bit, it's still 100% owned by an Aussie family that employs Australians in Australian factories right here on Aussie dirt.